Alright guys, so starting off at number 30 on the list is my skull mask from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. This guy was made by Trick or Treat Studios, and I think this is probably one of my most anticipated skull masks that's just mass produced. A skull mask that I've been wanting to get ever since Dawn Post had made their skull masks, but how difficult they were to get, so I pretty much got the next best thing, which was Trick or Treat Studios. And this skull mask, I absolutely love it. There's just something so classic about it. It gives this really memorable feeling that I just can't really explain. And I'm a fan of Halloween 3. It's a underrated opinion, but I do love Halloween 3. And the skull was my all-time favorite mask out of the 3. And, you know, not just because the mask showed up in the movie, but I'm just a huge fan of skulls in general. And I just wanted to make sure I have a few skulls in this top 30. But I actually remember after, because during high school, on your senior year, we had this thing called Grad Bash, and I went to Universal Studios, and it was a pretty fun night. I will admit I was super exhausted, and I came home, I was really drowsy, and I was ready to lay on my bed, but then I found this guy laying on top of my bed, so it was a really neat surprise. And number 29 on the list goes to my Keyword Creation clown mask. I heard this guy's from Topstone, but it has a stamp on the back. It says Keyword Creation. I don't really know too much about this mask. All I know is that it's a Keyword Creation mask. But yeah, this clown mask, there's something about it that just gives it this super eerie feel. I think it's probably from the way it's discolored. In some areas, just the paint is flaking off, and I think that just makes it even more creepier. And I'm not sure if it was intentional or not. Again, I don't know too much information on the mask, but I think this was intentional. I have no clue, but I have had purchases on a Facebook page from some guy. He was willing to part with it, and I looked at it, and it was just one of those clown masks that, you know, I just had to have. It was a clown mask that was made successfully. It's not cheesy, it's not too overdone, it's just perfect. Even has like a little green hat right there. But yeah, it's probably one of my all-time favorite clown masks from the classic side. Probably my best clown mask in my entire collection. Number 28 on the list goes to my Kidnapper mask by Fearscape Studios. So at first I had no clue if this mask was from Fearscape Studios or from twistedtoybox.net, but whenever I googled Fearscape Studios Kidnapper mask, this guy popped up, and one major difference I was able to tell with the Fearscape Studios version, the hair, it's really short on the front. It's not long at all. But the thing that I just love this mask so much is that you're able to play with the hair in any way you want. So it's like super crazy and neat. But I actually found another Kidnapper mask on eBay, and I was looking at it, and it just looks more well done, because I believe Fearscape Studios is mass produced, whereas twistedtoybox.net is more independent, by Chris Russell. But yeah, that Kidnapper mask that I saw on eBay, the hair on the front was actually longer, or it was like up to there probably, and the blood was also done a little bit more different too. So yeah, this is definitely a Fearscape Studios mask. Probably my all-time favorite Fearscape Studios mask. This is one of the few that I just found super interesting. And I don't really see this is a clown character, but I really see him more as a serial killer type character. And I don't really have too many serial killer masks, so I think that's pretty neat. But yeah, there's the kidnapper. Number 27 on the list goes to this mask called the Woodsman. I don't have too much information on this guy. I believe the artist that made it, I think his name was Javier or Xavier. I think it's probably Xavier. He is the original artist for this mask, but I got this one secondhand on Facebook, and it's a really neat mask. I really like the detail on it, and believe it or not, this guy's actually the most thickest mask in my collection. Like, the pull on that latex is just thick as a tire. I couldn't believe how heavy this thing was. I just think this thing's like so heavy that it doesn't really. I tried propping it up on a mannequin head, and it just would not sit right. That's how heavy it was. But yeah, it's a really neat mask. Number 26 on this list goes to my Griffith Maniac mask by Bloodworks Masks. If you guys remember, during the summer I made like a lot of mask reviews on Bloodworks Masks by the owner Dylan. He makes these really cool burlap masks. He's made a lot of plaster masks too, but honestly, I think he really kills it more with the burlap masks than he does the plaster masks. Because I just feel that Mad Mask Man does a way more better job with his plaster masks. And sorry to say, but it's just the opinion. But yeah, I think his burlap masks are extremely well done. They're very effective. And this is pretty much the only burlap mask in this top 30 list. And this is pretty much the mask that kind of started my new obsession with indie masks. Because I used to get a lot of older masks from Dylan. He would do some conversions, plaster masks, and burlap masks. This one I got over the summer, and then ever since I got this mask, there was like no other mask that he could make that could top this one. Like, this mask is my most favorite that he's ever done, and to me, I just feel like this cannot be topped. Like, he could probably make some new designs, but nothing's ever gonna top this one. But yeah, it's a really cool mask. Number 25 on this list goes to my Blood Goat mask by, I think they're called Face Factory FX. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the artist on Etsy. I believe that's what the studio is called. But yeah, this guy's called the Blood Goat, and it was actually a mask that was used by one of the guitarists from Kissing Candice. I have no clue if he ever used this one on stage. This isn't stage use, by the way, but he actually got this exact mask, the red Blood Goat, and he used it in some promo pictures. But I'm not too sure if he ever wore it on stage or not. But either way, it's still a really awesome mask. This is actually a mask I wore on Halloween, because I've always wanted to go as a devil of some kind. But I don't know, it's just that most devil masks don't really impress me. But the way that this is a goat skull, it just made it look more creepier. It kind of gave it this more occult look to it, like it looked like a cult member or something. So it definitely really had gotten my attention. But yeah, I just really love this mask, and it just has so much character in it.